Hey guys, it's me, Narelle here. Let me turn off my fan. Alright, so welcome back to a new video. This is going to be my newest OC introduction video for you guys. So if you guys are all new to this, I'm pretty much doing a series where I just take a video to explain everything about one of my characters. So how this works is that I put a poll on my YouTube discussion tab on my channel, pretty much listing 5 characters for you guys to pick from, and whichever character wins gets a video dedicated to them. So I'm actually having the idea to make all the newer polls just solely focusing on the Naru fam, because a lot of you guys on Instagram and on here as well has been asking me questions about them every so often. So I'm like, you know what, I feel like it's a lot easier to actually explain them as characters by themselves. And if you guys want a more detailed look on the story itself, then I could do that too, but I just want to give details about the characters so you guys can kind of figure out how they correlate and all that good stuff. So yeah, the character that won from the latest poll is my character Naru, and I'm super excited for this video because if you guys are new to my channel as well, hello, my name is Nyrel Lesby and I'm a fellow artist like everyone else on YouTube. But Naru is actually one of my very first characters in which I have made. He's not my actual first character in which I've made, because I had an elf character by the name of Roku, but he got stolen from me, so that was my actual first character. But Naru is actually the very first character that I kind of made my first character, because I put a lot of love, a lot of attention into him, and I cared for him like he was my first baby, and I love him so much. So yeah, so let me just get into this video. So I'm just going to start off with the basic facts. So Naru is 16 years of age. Like I said in Chio's video, I do tend to kind of jump around in their ages in the beginning of the story. So present day Naru in the story is 16 years old. Of course, Naru is a demon. His sexuality is straight, obviously, and his height is actually 5'8", 5'9", so he's very tall, very, very tall. And yeah, so those are his basic facts. So let's get into some cute facts about him. So Naru loves honeydew melon. I kind of gave that away in Chio's video, which was the video before this one, so I'll put her on the screen at the end. So if you guys are wondering about Chio, just click on the video at the end of this video to learn more about her. So yeah, he likes honeydew melon. He actually does like blood oranges. I actually had this thing a while ago that I said he liked blood buns, but I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So I'm like, you know what, there is a fruit that has blood in it, and it's blood oranges, so he likes blood oranges. And Naru did like to draw when he was younger, but I'll explain more of why he doesn't draw anymore, because it does deal with his story. So those are the basic facts, and those were the cute facts about Naru. So before I actually dive more deeper into his background, not a lot, but some of his facts did change. So if you guys have been with me for a while, a lot of you may be like, Narelle, you didn't say that about 5 years ago about this character, because as we grow as artists, our characters also change. So I kind of realized some things that really didn't fit him or match him as a character, so I just kind of took him away and just kind of put things into him that fit him a lot better. And I'm putting my fan back on, guys. It's way too freaking hot in here, so if you hear some air blowing, I'm super sorry. It's super hot. So getting into Naru's backstory. So Naru, as a kid, was very sweet, very caring, because at that time, Naru was actually raised by his older brother, Neru, and Neru's pretty much like a mother. So him and Nedu had this very sweet and precious bond that was so cute, and they were just each other's worlds. So I thought that was just so cute. So Naru just had a really, really sweet personality because he idolized his brother. So he wanted to be just like his brother when he grew up. So yeah, so Naru actually lives in a single parent household, which is with his dad and Nedu. Just a preface, Naru's mom, Rebecca, is her actual name, but she changes her name to Nara due to things. If you guys vote for her, you'll get all the reasoning why. His mom actually died giving birth to him, so he never met his mom. But later on in the story, Nedu does tell him about his mom when he's a lot older, because when you're a child, you can't really process heavy information like that. So he waited later on to tell him when he was old enough to understand the severity of that. So yeah, his mom did die giving birth to him. So yeah, so like I said, Naru was very close with his brother Nedu. Everywhere Neru went, Naru was, and they just had this very inseparable bond, because Naru never really had a chance to get close to his father because, of course, Naisho, he's a very busy demon king, so he just really didn't have time to be around his sons. It's not like he neglected them on purpose, but I guess you can label that as kind of a source of child neglect, because you don't hang around your kids. But I guess, I don't know, I feel like it's child neglect on a good way, because he couldn't help about his job, but yet you could help just to spare some time to spend with your kids. I don't know why I'm making this about Naisho right now, but I guess in a sense it is child neglect. But so yeah, since Naru, like I said, didn't have a bond with his father, all he knew was his brother. So yeah, they were super close. Actually, the sweater Naru is wearing in this video was actually made by his brother himself. So yeah. So one night happened, which was Nedu's coming of age ceremony, which is kind of like a sweet 16. So Naru had to be away the whole day, and he couldn't hang around Naru much at all. So Naru's like, oh my gosh, I want to do something for my brother and surprise him on his birthday, which is a sweet 16 or coming of age, whatever. So Naru decided to draw Nedu a picture of him and him together, pretty much saying, happy birthday, I love you, brother. So before Naru left, Naru was like, hey brother, could you please come back earlier so we can celebrate your birthday together? So Naru was like, of course, Naru, I'll come back especially for you, so pinky promise I'll be back. So Naru's like, okay, I'll wait for you. So time went on and on and on and on, and Naru never really made it back to spend time with Naru. So Naru was like, hey, why make a promise if you can't keep it? So he ended up throwing the drawing away, and he went to bed. And then after that, him and Naru really lost their tight bond, because Naru from that moment on hated the meaning of a promise, because he held it dearly. He cared for his brother dearly, and he just couldn't handle the severity of his brother betraying him like that. So their relationship really became rocky. So from then on, they really didn't have a bond. They didn't really talk much, even though Naru did try to talk to him, engage with him. Naru really didn't really care about him that much, and he just started acting more rebellious. He didn't listen to rules. He just kind of did what he wanted. And Naru, he actually got to the point where he scolded Naru, because he was like, you were so sweet as a kid, why are you different? And Naru's like, yo, who told you to make a promise to me and not keep it? That's your fault, it's not mine. So due to that, Naru runs away from home, because as much as he doesn't like his brother, he's still sad about it. It's not like he totally hates Nedu. He's just like, man, you know, I loved you. I idolized you. Why would you do that to me? So Naru runs away, and he runs into this open field and sits in front of a tree. And like I put in like Chio's video, that is when he meets Chio. And of course, Naru's like, man, here's another person I have to deal with. So he really didn't engage in much conversation with Chio. He just kind of sat there and kind of wallowed in his own feelings. And once he heard heard Chio's story, and once he heard what she had to say, he thought, man, you know, maybe there are other people that do go through similar things like I do, so maybe I could open up to this person. So that's when he opened up to Chio, and then him and Chio started hanging around a lot more because he found her very similar to him, and he's like, man, I really could need a person like that. She's very sweet, and it's nice just to be around a different person than my home, because I don't have to worry about my problems at home if I'm around another person. So time went on, him and Chio got really close, and it came to the point where they're at their ages, they really had to consider the severity of being a prince and a princess. So it kind of meant that they wouldn't really have time for each other. So when Chio was like, hey, you know, Naru, even though we're going to grow older, let's hope that we always stay together. Could you promise me that we'll stay together when we're older and never separate, like I said in Chio's video? And like always, Naru hated the idea of promises. He didn't really like it. So he's like, I can't promise you that because I don't believe in them. So I can't say what you want me to say. And you know how Chio's like, yo, could you please promise me that we'll always stay together? And Naru's like, whatever, I'm not going to promise you that, but what happens, happens. So they grow up, and Naru just kind of still kept his rebellious nature, but he kind of grew up too much. He grew up to, he matured enough to be like, yo, sometimes there are situations that you really can't, how can I word it? There are situations in which you really can't do things in which you want to do. So he understood Naru's position a lot more when he grew up, but still he's just like, man, I would never promise somebody and never keep it. So for when he met Chio again, he's like, man, you know, I feel bad, but I just really don't want to get closer to this girl, because I know if I happen to get closer to her, I know, you know, I would want to be more closer with her, but I can't handle that emotion of being close to somebody, and not promising to be there beside that person for the rest of our lives. So again, it's not like he hated Chio, it's just that he hated the fact that he could not be with her forever based on his way of thinking. So he just kind of developed a very cold personality, and that's just how Naru lived his life into the present day. So that's how he became the tsundere that he is. He just doesn't care from the outside, but on the inside he really does care. It's just that he can't deal with his emotions to equal up to his actions. So like, hopefully I explained that right. Naru really does have a very complicated like background description, so hopefully I explained it right, and if I kind of mumbled my words, I will try to edit it so it kind of flows good together. But if I have to make a moral of a story for Naru, I really have to think about this one because this was kind of weird. But if I had to make a moral of the story, is just that man, do I really have a moral of the story? I might let you guys take it from this one. What moral would you get from Naru's side of the playing field? So yeah, that is it about Naru. He's pretty simple. He's not really a difficult character. Of course, he still has a lot of maturing to do, but this is when he's 16. He's still a baby at this point. But yeah, so again, I hope this didn't really ruin your envisioned idea about how tsundere he is, because he's legit the king of tsundere-ness, but I feel like he's only like that due to what he experienced as a younger kid. So again, it's not like he doesn't care, it's just that he doesn't know how to put how he really feels into actions and also into words, because he's just like, man, if I can't do this, why even try? So he just kind of gives up on that. So if you guys like this video, give give it a like. If you guys like my baby boy Naru, give it a like for him. I had him for almost 10 years, 11 years, and I really love this character to death. You guys don't understand how much I love him. I love him with all the bottom of my heart. So yeah, and it's actually kind of weird to see this drawing because I haven't drawn him with his emo side bang in like years, because I've just been drawing him when he's like a grown adult. Which a lot of you guys, I hope you don't think that's his actual design in the story, because it's really not. He has an emo side bang, and he really doesn't cut his hair until like almost mid to end of the story. So for a majority of it, if I do make it a comic, you'll see him like this. So again, I hope you guys didn't get the perception that that's his actual design, because it's not. This is how you would see him in a majority of the story. But anyways, that is it. So again, give this video a like if you liked it. Comment down whatever you like to say to me in my comment box below. And like always, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.